How is it going, everyone, and welcome back to another video. Now, Rockstar Games has dropped their weekly update, and they've made the Overtime Rumble Adversary Mode return, and it is double money in GTA5 Online. Overtime Rumble has to be one of the funnest modes that I've ever played when it comes to Grand Theft Auto 5 Online, and it forms to no surprise that it can be fairly difficult if you don't know what you're doing. This mode is extremely fun whether you're a solo player, grinding for millions, or you're looking to have some fun on a late night with your friends. Overtime Rumble is always going to be a go-to to just enjoying this incredible game. I'm going to be giving you guys a simple guide with everything you need to know, from map settings, tips, tricks, and a complete tutorial to everything Overtime Rumble. Strap in and let's get into it. Overtime Rumble is a GTA5 Online Adversary Mode added in the Cheetah Classic event week on July 11th of 2017 as a continuation of the gun running DLC. It can be played with 2 to 10 players and has a very simple mission objectives. You either land on one of the few markers on a floating platform or knock another player off their marker. As Rockstar Games wrote on their newswire, imagine the calm, rigorous fun of launching yourself through the sky at the center of a distant target in a Ruiner 2000, with only the onboard parachute separating a top score from a deadly fireball. Well, Overtime Rumble is just like that. Only you and every other adrenaline junkie in Los Santos are all hitting the accelerator at the same time. This can only end well. This team-based vehicular remix of darts is for up to 10 players and has you trying to land your Ruiner 2000 on platforms of various sizes, each worth anywhere between 1 and 5 points. The mode consists of 2 teams using the Ruiner 2000s to jump off ramps onto a set of markers by using the parachute and guiding the car into solid markers. Each of these markers ranges from 1 to 5 points, which are contributed differently in each map. Now, when you land onto a marker, you cannot drive, brake, or fly anymore, so you have to pray to the GTA gods to let you not roll off the end or land on a 1. Now, speaking of 1s, each marker on the floating platform has its own difficulties, making 1 the biggest to land on, which you'll land on more easily, and makes 5 the smallest to land on, which is the hardest. Once one team gets the most points by landing on the markers after 5 tries, they're the winners of the match. Each Overtime Rumble has different locations, which mean different landing platforms and ramps. They take place in the following. Overtime Rumble 1 takes place in Pillbox Hill. Overtime Rumble 2 takes place in Alamo Sea. Overtime Rumble 3 takes place in Palomino Highlands. Overtime Rumble 4 takes place in Del Perro Beach, and 5 in the Paleto Bay Ocean. Now here are some of my biggest tips for Overtime Rumble, so take notes and pay attention as you really want to learn these quick tips so that you can win every single game of Overtime Rumble. Now you always want to land on the 3, 4, or 5s, but if you're not perfect at getting these tight spaces or landing perfectly with your aim, my best tip is to just knock off the other players. Aim for the other players who are around the 3, 4s, and 5s and knock them off and hopefully even take their place. You always want to wait to start flying off the ramp until 10 to 15 seconds are on the timer in the bottom right, to ensure that you get a good landing or a good chance to knock over an opposing team's player. If you're flopping really hard and losing near the beginning of the rounds, there's always a chance to catch back up, as there are 5 rounds, so don't get discouraged by any of this. Now that has been my Overtime Rumble guide. Make sure to smash the like button down below if this was helpful, as I really appreciate the support, and it will help out my channel a lot. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on. It's not needed, but very appreciated, and I hope you all have a great rest of your night or day depending on where you're from, and I'll see you all later. Peace.